Lights, camera,
Rolling.
action.
Welcome to my podcast, Let's Talk About Verticals, a place where secrets are spilled, stories unfold, and the mysterious world of verticals is revealed in all its glory. Behind the scenes, oh yes. Exclusive insights, absolutely. Eccentric characters, you bet. So pull up a chair, pour yourself something suspiciously strong, and prepare for a conversation you didn't know you needed. So welcome to the podcast Let's Talk About Verticals. And now, let's talk. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Let's Talk About Verticals. Today with another actress, and I saw just this day a vertical with her in it, and I'm happy that she joins me now for a little talk about verticals and the vertical space. And I say hello to Cailin Peluso. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're really welcome. I saw just a show, so I will ask you this question from the beginning. How many verticals did you do so far?
I've been in 17 now.
Because you don't look really old. So when did you start acting?
I started theater when I was really young, at like 3 years old. And then,
3?
yes.
Okay. Is anyone of your family into acting or theater, or how did it come that you started with 3?
My mom is a nurse and my dad is a house appraiser, so there's no
Okay. Not nearly connected to any acting. Okay.
But my mom used to take me to church when I was really little, and they were doing a play for Christmas, and
Okay.
I begged to be in it. And then I was only like 3, so I played one of the angels, and then afterwards,
Sweet.
so mad that I couldn't play like Mary because I was like, I want to be
With 3.
Cailin.
I want to lead, not a
Yes.
side role. You started early too.
But that transitioned into like local theater productions, and then when I was
Also
9,
school acting at school?
yeah, school and like community theater.
Okay.
And then at 19, I got paid for the first time to do a play, which was like, oh my gosh, I can get paid to do this. And then right after that, I moved to LA, and I've been here for 3 years now.
Okay. So did you move to LA because you got engaged for another job, or was it more, okay, I'll try my luck. I will move there and then let's see what will happen?
Yeah, it was kind of like my entire life. I told my mom, like, when I grow up, I'm gonna move to Hollywood. And she's like, haha, yeah, right, okay. And then one day I had like my breaking point. I call it my ladybird moment, where I jumped out of my mom's car and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving.
I love you, but I have to go.
Really, it's calling my name. And my mom's like, you're so dramatic. Like, calm down.
Don't be so dramatic. Was
She's
it
like, it's
easy
not
to
the money.
settle in Hollywood?
No, definitely not at first, just because I came here alone, so I didn't know anyone here. I'd only ever been here once
Mm-hmm.
on a vacation.
Yes.
I didn't know anyone. I didn't know my way around the city. I kind of stayed in my apartment for the first month because I was afraid to go outside because I had no idea what I was doing.
Did you have already an apartment before you go there, or did you go there really without any plan and you came to Hollywood and think, okay, so I need an apartment, I need a job, should better be taking care of this stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely, I like saved up a bunch of money
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, okay, I have enough money to last me 3 months if all else
Yeah.
fails.
Yeah. Okay.
So I stayed in an Airbnb for the first 2 months.
Okay.
And then after like a month, I got a day job. I started making money and then I found an
Also as
apartment.
actor?
No, I was working at like a burger place.
Ha, okay. Okay. Why
And,
not?
yeah. And then I got my own apartment. It was not a great apartment, but I was like, you know what? I can live here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a few like little acting jobs. I did an episode of Law and Order and like a bunch of short films.
Mm-hmm.
I helped pay the bills. And then the strikes happened, so I
When
was
was that? When were the strikes?
it was like 6 months after I moved here.
Okay.
So then I started working at Starbucks and I worked there for 2 years.
But when was it before the pandemic?
This was after the pandemic.
After.
This was
Okay.
like right after the pandemic.
Okay.
In that weird stage of like some people were still really worried and wearing masks, and others were like, oh, it's over. That's not a thing anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here the same. We had also here really big shutdowns. We had the thing was it was sometimes so crazy that you weren't allowed to go out of your house after 8 p.m. Exceptional, you were having a dog, like I
Oh,
have. So you were able to go out for a dog walk in the evening. But that was the only thing which you can do after 8 p.m. Otherwise, you have to stay in the house. And there were police all over, strictly checking on that. And I have two dogs, and some of my friends said to me, Michaela, would you lend me one of your dog, please? I want to go out. No, it was totally strictly from 8 p.m. in the evening, I think, till 6 a.m. Otherwise, if you have to go to your job, you have to get from your company a piece of paper that shows, okay, this person has to go out because of work. It was so strictly criminal sometimes to totally, woo, what's going on now? It was
that is,
crazy. It was really crazy. Yeah.
yeah, I grew up in Maryland and the pandemic hit like right around the same time I got my driver's license. So there
Mm-hmm.
was curfews, but it was more of like you couldn't be like outside like in the streets or like socializing. So
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of perfect timing because I just got my license and there was no one on the roads and I had a car and I was like, I'm just gonna drive.
I
And I
can
would just
drive
like,
safe. I can learn driving safe. What did you do while the pandemic?
I was the pandemic hit my second to last year of high school.
Okay.
I had to do online schooling
Mm-hmm.
for a year, which wasn't a lot because when it really hit, I was already a senior. So, like, we had pretty
Okay.
much done all of our schooling.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would have to do like some work here and there for that. But mostly, my best friend, she lives in the same neighborhood as me. So, we would kind of just like just see each other. We're like, if we
Mm-hmm.
only see each other and no one else, like, we'll be fine. So, we would
Yeah.
like just walk around, go for drives.
Okay. So you were fine in the pandemic because it didn't hit a job thing of you hard because you were still at school. So it for you it was fine.
Yeah, it was definitely like weird because I didn't get like the proper high school experience. Like I missed out on a
Mm-hmm.
lot. Like I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
like an actual graduation or a prom or any of that.
Okay. Yeah,
But
it's okay.
I heard I'm not missing much.
We don't have the something like the prom or anything like that here in Germany. it's not so spectacular, I think, like in the US, doing this
Do you
whole
have any?
graduation thing. And so, no, it's not so kind of big thing here to do this. And when you moved to LA, what was your first acting job, bigger one you got there? So that you can say, okay, listen, Starbucks, sorry for that, but I cannot work here anymore because I'm doing a big actor career now.
Well, when I first moved here, I did a short film that I'd like cut off all my hair, and that I had to quit my burger job for because it interfered with the dates.
Okay.
But then after that, I started working at Starbucks, and I would just, they were really good about like time off and everything. And I was always afraid to like quit my day job because acting is so unknown and you could
Yeah.
get one job and then you could not work again for 6 months.
Hmm.
So I really held on to that. It wasn't until February of this year where I started doing more verticals that I was like, okay, I don't need this anymore. And then I quit Starbucks.
When did you start your first vertical? What was your first vertical?
My first vertical I did in May of 2024, and I was a day player. I don't even know what it was called. I don't know if it ever came out.
Okay.
I just remember I like had to play dead, and like the first time I didn't know what a vertical was. I'd never
Yes.
been on a vertical set. And I like showed up and I had to like lay there and play dead and like listen to what everyone was saying around me. And it was a werewolf one. And I
Okay.
just remember laying there with my eyes closed, hearing the things they were saying, like my alpha. And I was like,
And you, what?
yeah. I like opened one eye. I'm like, where am I right now?
How did you get this job? Do you have an agent, or where did you get this job?
Yeah, my agent at the time got it for me. He was like, there's these new things. They're like kind of like TikTok movies, but like
Kind of like TikTok movies, okay.
there's nothing else really happening. Just try it out. And like afterwards, I remember messaging him and being like, what the did I just do? What was that?
What the
They were
heck? Where
literally.
did you send me?
And so I didn't do another one for maybe 6 months. I didn't do another one until like the end of November. And my first
Okay.
one, and then so I was like, I'll give this another try. I started hearing more about them. I was like, okay, it's not like
It's not all the werewolf things.
there's like normal people in them too. And so then I played my first and only villain role in November.
Do you know the name of this one?
It's called Seduced by My Childhood Sweetheart. The lead was Tess.
Do you know which platform?
It might have been Short Max.
Maybe? You
Now
know,
I
there
know.
are so many platforms at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. But on that one, I was like, okay, this is a little more fun. Like the Mean Girls are like rude, but they're always fun to play because you get to like be over dramatic and
Yeah, yeah.
do funny things. And then on that set, I got offered my first lead, which was carrying his babies, stealing his heart.
Uh-huh.
And then that one was in December, and then I didn't work in January because people still didn't know who I was. I didn't have any verticals out. It wasn't like I
Yeah,
could.
yeah. You don't
Then
have credits for
yeah,
verticals. Yeah.
once carrying his babies came out, then all of a sudden it was like, "Hi, we'd like to cast you," and I was like, "What is happening?" I'm so confused. And I got introduced to this whole vertical world, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know how like insane this fandom was. Like not insane, insane in a good way. Like I didn't know
Yeah,
how big it."
yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand. The thing is, did you only do verticals, or did you also cast for any horizontal things?
Yeah, I've done some TV, some movies. but these have been like more like this all happened so fast.
Mm-hmm.
With all my horizontal things, it's like, okay, I book one, and then maybe like 3 or 4 months later, I'll book another small thing. And then,
Yeah.
whereas this, it's like every month or every week, it's like new casting, new casting. And I'm like, whoa, this moves so fast.
Is it good that it moves so fast, or is it not so good?
I think it can be both. Like, it's really good if you're on like a set where, you're not having the greatest time, or like maybe you don't click with the people, or like it's nice that you don't have to be stuck in that for like
Mm.
months at a time.
Yeah. So 7, 8 days, and then next.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah.
Totally. But then it's when you get a really good cast and crew and you like become best friends with everyone and you're like, I could work on this for another 3 years.
Yes.
And then it's really hard to say goodbye because you'll probably work with them again, but there's never like the guarantee.
Yeah. Yeah. Did it happen that you couldn't get along with someone on set already?
Not in particular. It's more of like sometimes you can be on a set and I've noticed like because a lot of crew and actors they do them back to back.
Hmm.
And if you do too many back to back without a break,
Yeah.
everyone just as humans start to like get a little like
Yeah. Dizzy in the head. Yeah.
yeah, not like mean people, but just like you can tell they need a break. They're over it. They're burnt out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you see in stories on Instagram where people talking about, I'm now 18 days in a row. And I think, whoa, 18 days in a row, 12 hours or even more per day. And then back home, read the text for the next day. So you don't have the day is not ending when you come back from set to your home. So that what I was a lot of thinking about that, how big the burnout can be sometimes if you're doing vertical after vertical after vertical, if the risk of a burnout is increasing because of doing a lot of verticals directly in a row.
Yeah, it definitely, especially at least for me, like I have a very specific typecast. Like sometimes I get to play different roles outside of that, but a lot of times I play a lot of similar, like young, shy
Hmm.
kind of roles. So if I'm doing that same character like 4 weeks in a row,
Yeah.
the whole month, usually by the fourth project, I'm like, I need to take a break or I'm about to become like the most
This
on
character.
edge person.
Yeah, but isn't it good if you can stay in the character to make it more realistic on set?
It is, it's good because then I feel like I know what I'm doing. I
Uh-huh.
have more confidence in what I'm doing just because I'm like, I've done this so many times. I know what they want.
Yeah.
But then it does become, it's kind of hard because I'm like, will I ever escape this? Like,
Yeah.
when will I
You
ever,
you
like,
you feel a bit pickholed in one thing and it's not so challenging anymore, or what?
yeah, it isn't challenging anymore. And I like when I get roles where I like read for it and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of scared to do this because I don't want to mess it up. Because then it's like, I have
Yeah.
some,
What would be a role you would really love to play? What kind of character?
I really want to do horror and I want to be like the final girl.
Why everyone I'm asking, with what genre would you like to play something like that? Everyone says horror. Why? Why is
Maybe
everyone so in horror?
probably because well, at least for me, I've always loved horror movies. Like the first movie I ever remember watching as a kid was Scream.
Okay.
But I think it's because it's honestly like we do a lot of these verticals are very like romance, like
Yeah.
lovey. Horror can be like the complete opposite end of that spectrum.
Yeah, maybe with a lot of blood and like zombie style then, or what?
No, I'm more into like the paranormal, like ghosts and demons kind of scary movie.
Oh, ha! I cannot watch this because then it's too spooky to sleep alone in my house. Sorry, I cannot watch this.
I'm
Too
scared
dramatic.
too. But
Huh?
maybe if I'm in it, I get scared too, but maybe if I'm in it, I'll be less scared
Yeah,
because,
maybe it's easier to play than to watch.
yeah.
Maybe. Who knows that? What kind of genres did you already play? You said you were a death people, a person in a werewolf. Did you do other werewolves?
I've done three werewolf ones. I did the one where I was dead. I did one for real shorts where I was like the queen's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did one with Playlit, and it's about like I'm this young girl, and in order to save the alpha, he has to like get with me in order to like break his curse.
Oh, who was there the lead?
Mark,
Pontarelli?
yeah.
Okay. Did you a vampire
I've
one?
never been a vampire. I want to be a vampire.
Because vampires, I have the feeling that vampire verticals are getting less in the last time. It's more about the real rom-com billionaire story. I have the feeling that vampires or even werewolf verticals haven't been so many new ones. Like in the first episode, I watched verticals. Did you have no, did you have a special trick to get or to learn the text fast and good? Or are you only good in memorizing and it's easy peasy for you to handle this massive types of texts?
I've learned that it's definitely like a muscle memory thing. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm on set a lot, and especially the more I do these, it it's so easy to memorize. Like I've gotten to the point now where I can look at it and like memorize it and like on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like when I first started, I'd be like, you got to give me an hour.
Moment. Just a moment.
But I definitely think the more the more you do it, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
The more you do it, the easier it is. And a lot of them are very similar, like I said.
No.
Like the amount of times I've been pregnant is insane.
Pregnant and proposed?
Yes. I've got the oh my gosh. Down with tea. And the
And standing in front of a man where the towel drops?
I
Have you
haven't
already?
done that.
No? Okay.
No, not yet.
Because mostly it's typical in one vertical. Towel drop, proposal, pregnant.
Yes. Mine's usually though, I tend to get pregnant because I need money all the time.
So you're so desperate.
Yeah, it's always like the help me, I'm poor. And then we get together and I get pregnant and we never like do anything again. It's just like, here, come to my home. I'm going to take care of you now.
And often more than one kid,
Oh
triplets,
yeah.
twins.
Okay,
So how
quadruplet.
technically, how many kids should you have till now if you have really all the kids you are pregnant with?
Someone commented the other day, they like did the math and I think they said I have like 22 kids.
Okay,
Yeah.
not bad in your age. Respect.
22 kids since December.
You're really fast. Maybe you'll getting soon grandmother, huh?
Maybe.
22 kids. Holy moly, do you have to earn a lot of money for 22 kids? And how many different fathers of the kids? 10?
Probably. I mean, I've done 17 verticals, and I think I've been pregnant in about 14 or 15 of them.
Really? So
Yes,
many?
yes.
Oh, come on. Isn't that annoying? Always
Yeah,
to play the woman who got pregnant and I know.
it definitely. I mean, producers make jokes sometimes. They're like, "We're gonna buy you a baby bump just so like when you get hired, like you can tell them you already have it, so then you can like, if you give me an extra $100 a day, I'll bring my own bump." But
That's silly.
it's I've definitely it makes all the roles I get where I'm not pregnant 10 times better because it's like I have to cherish this and I actually have to like try because if I can show them I can do something well other than being pregnant, maybe I can stop being pregnant all the time.
Yeah, maybe go back to be a villain.
Yes. But it's also, I've learned, it's a shock value thing because I look so young. If people are scrolling and they see me pregnant, they're
Yeah,
like,
that's not
child.
really that's not really believable when you
Yeah.
see it.
And that's why people click it because it's like, how is that child pregnant?
Yeah. You would fit better in some kind of high school rom-com.
That's what I think, but they never want to cast me as like, just like you have,
Why? You would fit perfectly in a high school rom-com thing.
they like to see me.
Pregnant? And oh, come on. They should be a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
because because sometimes I think they put actors on a high school role where you say, "Oh, come on." They don't really look like a high school. They look more like a university student or something like that, but not as a high school kid anymore. Even if the men shave their beard or something like that, sorry, but if you saw them in another vertical as the big alpha leader, and then in the next vertical they should be a high school teeny boy. Oh, come on,
Yeah.
no, no.
It's so confusing. I saw a vertical ad the other day where it was a high school one, and I know the actors, and they're like 8 years older than me.
And they get the role and you
They get the
don't?
high school roles, and I get the pregnant with twins and quadruplets roles.
that's that's weirdo. That's really weirdo. We have to change this because there are some actors you cannot believe the high school thing because they are really otherwise they had to do it 5 times again one class. I don't know, but sometimes it's not believe. Okay, it's a fairy tale, all these vertical stories, but a bit of realistic cast should be there, I think, in my opinion. Because for the audience, sometimes it is the story maybe not so bad, but the actors or actresses cannot make it believable because
Yeah,
they don't fit with the age or something like that. And so I would love to see you really in a high school vertical more than be an unrealistic pregnant woman with triplets or something like that.
exactly. I could play high school. Very believable.
Yeah. I talked to a producer and he said to me she would really love to see vertical musicals. What do
That
you
is
think
so.
about vertical musicals? Can you also sing or something like that? Do you have some kind of acting courses or education kind of dancing, singing, something like that?
I did a lot of musical theater growing up. So I would take voice lessons,
Okay.
acting classes, whatnot. A lot of like musical theater summer camps growing up.
Hmm.
So I definitely, but
Would
it
be
was
in.
always,
You would
yeah, I
be
would
in.
be so in.
For
Like put
me.
my name down, put a little star next to it, put me in coach.
Check. No, because I think that would be so refreshing. New type of genre, and maybe, there can be a little bit rom-com in the musical.
Most
Wouldn't
musicals
mind.
are
There can
rom-coms.
be also a billionaire in the musical. I don't care. But it would be great if you have a kind of soundtrack then, or a kind of hit or a special song out of the vertical. I think that would be fantastic. And kind of more, how should I say it, more catching for the audience, because
Yeah.
I really don't know much people who don't like musical, because musicals always makes a good mood,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
they're so fun. And even like if people don't like musicals, the fact that it's never been done before will get people to watch it because they'll be like, "Oh, this is new. What is this?"
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. So did you did a werewolf, but not a vampire. You did so mostly of the billionaire CEO shitty stuff. Was there ever a script where you booked the role, but after filming it, you thought, what the heck was that? Why did I take this one?
Yeah, I did a stepbrother one, and I didn't really know when I signed on to it that it was a stepbrother one. I just was thought it was a love story.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like got the script and I started reading and I was like, "Oh no, what did I get myself into?" What? Because this was like still I was still pretty new with verticals, so I you definitely learn the more you do what you need to how to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Like always make sure you read the scripts beforehand. Don't sign anything until you know exactly what you're agreeing to, because sometimes things can get a little crazy.
Okay.
And it's like afterwards, I was like, you know what? That was weird. And it's really weird that I just like did a vertical about being in love with my stepbrother, but it's fine. Like, we can forget that ever happened and not talk about
So
it.
you didn't watch it.
No. But then it also helped me realize digital footprints are a thing. And no matter how hard you don't want people to find things and you don't tell people about things, people will always find them.
Yeah,
I didn't,
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, did you ever watch a vertical you were in?
I've tried to, but I usually get like one episode in and I'm like, I can't watch this, I'm embarrassed.
Really? Of yourself or what?
Yeah. I
And
think it's just because all of the characters I play are so different than who I am that
hmm,
like I watch it and I'm like, why am I acting like that? Like I'm I'm a very independent person. Like I moved here on my own. I've been fully by myself since I was 19. And
yes.
I like to pride myself in the fact that like I don't need anyone to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watch these and within 5 seconds it's like, help me, I'm poor, I need saving. And I'm like, oh, shut up.
Yeah, but in that case, your acting was great. If you feel embarrassed, your acting was so great that you believe yourself that you do this real good, or
Yeah.
not.
I think it's more of like I'm really hard on myself. So I'm like, you would never act like that. You're like, and then I can so clearly see that I'm acting because it's not who I am. Whereas like
Yeah.
it's closer to who I am as a person, maybe I'd be able to believe it more because I'm like, okay, yes, that's how I would respond to something that is real.
Did your mom watch ever one of your verticals?
Oh yeah, she watches them.
And which kind of character likes she most?
She loves anytime I'm pregnant and I have to wear a baby bump, she loves it because I always told her I don't want kids. And so she's like, I love seeing you pregnant. So now it's like you
Yeah,
actually
mom,
are.
you have 22
Yeah.
grandchildren, so
Exactly.
did you get any kind of bad response about your kind of acting roles or hate, something like that? Or did you get any comments like, oh, it's so unbelievable, you're so fucking young and you got pregnant in this one? That's not nice. Or did you have any bad and or not so nice experience with this big fandom out there in the
Yeah.
audience?
All the time. People love to like tear you apart. Not you, me. But like it is all of the comments are usually about my age and how it's not believable, which is like fine. I understand. Like I would think the same thing. Like that doesn't
Mm,
even, it's more of like when people get upset at me personally
yes.
for things that I am told to do. Like if it's in the script or they tell me on the spot, like, hey, you have to do this, and I do it. It's not because I want Cailin want to. It's because I
Yeah.
am an actor
It's your
in this.
job to do it. Yeah.
There's five other people calling the shots. I just kind of
Yeah.
like I can put my foot down and say no, but sometimes like I don't have a choice.
Yeah. You have bosses and what they say you have to do. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that your acting has been an improvement or a change of your character
What do you mean?
so that you can switch easier into roles? Are you the kind of pleaser to some people? And is it easier because you can switch exactly, okay, now I'm acting and I do what the person want to, bam, but you can switch also really fast back?
Yeah, I think because the characters I'm playing are like there are parts of me, of course, in everything, but like they are very different than how it would normally be. That there is a very distinct like Kaylin is on or the character is on.
Mm-hmm.
But it is hard for me to like if I'm doing a scene where I'm crying or I'm getting abused, as I tend to do in these.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard afterwards to switch back into that like I'm Kaylin, everything's fine. Like I'm just doing
Yeah.
my job.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of like you have to go through all these things and they're not real, but like still you're putting yourself in your character's shoes. So it is kind of still happening in a way in your
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your brain doesn't know otherwise.
Yeah.
So then it's like, oh, like people are like, are you okay? And like I know I'm okay, but it's like I need to
The second you is not okay.
like I need to take a second and come back to like myself. But sometimes it can be like not that I want to get sad, but I can like get down on set just because like if I'm getting screamed at and beaten and abused for 6 hours at a time, it does reach a point where you're like, is this ever gonna end? Is this
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand that because I think, it's kind of a twist. You have to play your role believable, so you have to go into this character,
Mhm.
But if this character is hurt badly and you're totally in this character, I'm sure you cannot ignore what that thing is doing to you or your character in this one. So you have two souls in one body at the moment, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge.
Challenging. Yeah.
Like I've learned that if I have to do like a really hard scene, if it's just like one for the day, I'm okay. It's like
Mm-hmm.
okay, some like lighter scenes, some easy scenes. We do the hard scene. It's a little draining, but like it's not the whole day. It's when
Yeah.
the entire 12 hours is like one sequence of like just constant abuse is when it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do like, and then it's really hard because I'm like, I don't want to promote this. Like, I don't want people to watch this and think this is okay or this is what real life is like.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
don't like I like this whole abusing stuff either, because when you see always women get drugged, always women get abused, women get raped, um that triggers sometimes. Even not if you were in exact the same situation, but for me it's sometimes hard. I don't have children, but for me it's sometimes hard to see how easy a lot of women get pregnant in this situation. And then when they're pregnant, it was always so easy to say, oh, then get an abortion. Or, oh, you miscarried. Okay, so you miscarried. I think there are some women in the audience who they struggle with getting pregnant or have lost babies or something like that. And then this whole entertaining industry in form of the vertical triggers a lot.
yeah.
And at these points, and how abusive some women get treated.
I
I
know.
I kind of find it really shocking sometimes.
So sad. Like, I've recently like gotten a few scripts where I've read them and like I've just had to be like I'm so like I read one page and I'm like no like
Yeah, sorry, but that,
yeah,
yeah.
and it's always like and it's even like more awful because the only way these women are like able to get through all of this is because they're getting beaten and practically on the verge of death and then a man comes in and picks her up and is like you'll be okay, I'll save the
Hmm.
day, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it's like oh my knight in shining armor, I guess like everything will be okay because you're here. But it's like there's I don't want young girls to watch these and be like, oh, like because we all have that like fairy tale like imagination when we're little, like like
Yeah, this Cinderella story.
which is like fine to an extent, but not always, and also like not today. Like we've evolved so much as people. Why
Hmm.
is it still like the only way for a woman to be okay is if a man saves her?
Yeah, I think in a lot of verticals, the woman is absolutely not self-confident.
Yeah. And they have no power. But like I like when I get the scripts and it's like the woman is in charge because they're so rare, but it's like people like them too because it's nice to see.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like they
I would love to see more women in kind of, if it has to be the CEO billionaire stuff. I want to have to see more women as a tough leader in a company,
yeah. That's why
because
I
it's
got
because it's not so unusual today in the normal world that women are in leadership positions.
yeah. I the first like speaking role I had on a vertical was like my I played like the werewolf's daughter
Hmm.
and my mom essentially was the queen. There was
Yeah.
no like male love interest. It was very much like her story and how she came to power and how she like rose as queen. And
Hmm.
like I remember everyone on set being like, wow, this is great that we're doing this because we don't get many stories like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. At the time, I didn't really know verticals well enough to like appreciate that. But now that I've done so many, I'm like, oh, I get it now. Like that was very rare.
What what makes you so addicted to verticals to do more of them?
It's honestly the people. Like the people are great. The cast, the crew. I feel like everyone has the same mindset and like drive because you have to be a very specific kind of person to be jumping from set to set and learn
Mm-hmm.
doing all this work in such a short amount of time. And it's like everyone's very hardworking and everyone kind of knows each other. It's
Mm-hmm.
like a little industry within the industry.
Yeah, so you're creating kind of set families.
Yeah. Like most of my friends now I've met through verticals.
Okay. And when you told your family what you are doing now with these verticals, did they understand from the beginning what this is?
No, and I still don't think they do. It's still, well, my grandma does. My grandma loves verticals. Like I did one
Really?
vertical. Yeah, and she downloaded the app to watch it, and then like this in July, like on my birthday, I saw her for the first time since Christmas, and she
Mm-hmm.
like picked up her phone, and she had every single vertical app on her phone.
So she has I have at the moment 48 apps.
It's
But
so
I know
cool.
some people which have even more of them on the handy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she canceled some of her like her subscriptions to like Netflix and Hulu and stuff so she could
Yeah.
get her vertical subscriptions.
Oh, really? What's her favorite male lead? Had she told you, oh, listen, Galen, this would be great if you can book a role with, I don't know,
She did,
Mr. X?
she went on her like all her saved ones and she was telling me which guys she liked and like she's like I like him, I like him. She really likes Cayman, who I haven't worked with yet.
Oh, with Cayman, I would have record tomorrow, but he has shortly a change of his schedule and had to fly to Europe for
Oh,
vertical. Tomorrow he will fly to Istanbul, he told me this morning. But yes, he's a really, I think he's everybody's darling. I haven't met a person yet who doesn't like Cayman.
yeah, I've heard great things about him, but I haven't met him. But she also really likes Nick, who I worked with.
Ritako?
Yes.
Mm.
She like when she found out I worked with him, she like had the biggest fangirl moment and she thought I was famous. She was like, "You're famous with Nick. I love
With Nick,
Nick."
you played with Nick Ritaka. Oh my god!
Yes.
And now she probably have this vertical on the handy, and she shows all her friends. Look, that's my granddaughter. Did you get for an autograph for her from Nick?
I should.
Yeah,
It would honestly make her day.
yeah.
I like messaged him though as soon as I found out, and I was like, "My grandma's in love with you." Just letting you know. She was like,
Nick, listen, my grandma is really in love with you. Could you please give me an autograph for her Christmas present?
she would be so happy.
Maybe you should think about that. It's a great gift for your grandmother. Which kind of male one she likes also?
She likes.
Because Nick and Gaiman are total different types.
She likes Casey too.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Esther.
Yeah.
I just did one with
He's the
him.
legend.
Yeah. He's like,
He's
I didn't know, like,
totally legend. For
when I
me,
worked
he's
with,
the legend.
yeah, I didn't know his reputation. And then I worked with him, and people are like, "You're working with Casey?" And I'm like, "What? Who is?" And then I like
Yeah. Is he
found out.
special?
Yeah, I was like, "Who is this?" And there's so much I need to learn.
I talked to Casey on Thursday this
Mm,
week. Yeah.
he's
For me, he's the legend. I
Yes.
watched my first verticals in 2023, and he was in one of the first verticals I watched. And at this time, there were a lot of verticals with him in the lead.
Mhm.
So probably every second vertical I watched was with him. So for me, he's the legend.
Yeah, I didn't when I because everyone was like, "You're working with Casey." I'm like, "Who's Casey?" And they were like, everyone told me like he was in like one of the first verticals slash like the first one that like got really popular. So like,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
the first thing I say to him, I'm like, "So, I heard you were in like the first vertical ever made. That's cool."
What was his reaction?
He was like, "Yeah, I've been around the block," and I'm like, "That's cool. That's cool."
I'm a fan of yours. You're
Tell me
my
more.
idol. Yeah, why not? With which male one would you would love to play?
What, male?
Yeah.
Like role or person?
With which
But male.
male one you would love to play a vertical as a lead?
Hmm.
Maybe not one where you got pregnant and all of this stuff, but
Maybe since we were talking about it, Cayman, just to like
but you
one.
know, but he's really tall. How how
So is
tall you?
Casey. I had to be on an Apple box half the time. So like I did wait, this is a funny story. I got hired to work with Casey in like May.
Yes.
And so they reached out to me. They're like, "We really want you for this role. Like, you would be working with Casey Esser." And I was like, "Okay, cool." They're like, "We'll send the contract tomorrow." And I was like, "Awesome." And then they sent me an email a few hours later that was like, "How tall are you?" And I was like, "I'm 5 foot." And they were like, "Actually, you're too short. Like, you will not fit in frame with the male lead." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then
Yeah.
in
How
July,
big is Casey?
I think he's like 6.
I'm 5'10".
Oh, wow.
I'm also not so small. But sometimes when I see some kind of lead pairs where the man is, I don't know, the woman is nearly under the breast and
Yeah,
not bigger like that, it's kind of
something.
weird.
I think he's like 6. I don't want to mess this up because I know I don't want him to like get offended if I say the wrong height. I think
Yeah,
he's
so the
between,
difference was too big for them, and you
yeah, because they were
then
like,
you didn't get the role or what?
yeah, I didn't get that one. And then 2 months later in July, I got an email that was like, "Hi, Cailin. We'd like you to read for this role. It'd be with Casey." And I'd be like, "Okay, cool. Just letting you know though, they tried to cast me with him before, but they said I was too short." And they
Mm-hmm.
were like, "No, we know your height. Everything's fine." So I got the role. I show up to set. Of course, we stand up next to each other, and they're like, "Haha, this is funny. You're like
And
so
then you
short."
saw,
Yeah.
hello.
But they assured me they're like, "It won't be a problem." And then we start shooting, and every other scene, it's like, "Can we get an apple box to make her taller?"
Ah, that's cool. An
But
apple
they,
box.
they made the poor costumer go buy heels that were 2 inches taller because like so my heels went from like normal size heels
Yes.
to like this high
Was it
because
possible to walk in them?
yes, but it looked kind of dumb because I was also pregnant. So,
Eh, how could I forgot that you were pregnant? Sorry.
like,
Ah,
how realistic is this that this pregnant woman we were wearing heels that are like 9 inches?
and let me guess, with triplets.
I think that one was twins.
Oh, okay. So only two. Maybe
Yes.
then the shoe should fit. Yeah, these are so small details, which I sometimes find kind of ridiculous to see it. Where it's like, come on. So it's so unrealistic that, as you said, a woman pregnant with twins will wear such high heels in his normal life.
Yeah.
No way. No way. Never ever. What kind of I saw a lot of sports vertical. What kind of sports vertical would fit for you?
Huh?
Yeah, sports with
Or
tennis,
I
football,
would.
hockey. There are a lot of sports vertical at the moment.
I know. I wanted to. I was a cheerleader growing up.
Oh, cool.
I want to do a cheer one so that I can relive my
Your
childhood.
childhood. Yeah, cheerleading one. Okay, that would fit in a football or a lot of possibilities to do that. I was thinking about if some kind of ballet vertical would be great.
Oh yeah, I did a vertical and I was a ballerina for like maybe two scenes because it was like she used to be a ballerina and then she got hurt. So like
Okay.
backstory thing. But that was fun because I got to wear like the little tutu and like pretend that I knew ballet even though I don't.
Do you have any instructor there? Because I talked to Alexandria Watts lately, and she played chef in a cooking vertical. Huh? Yeah, with Fabian, exactly, with the German guy Fabian.
Love him.
And I spoke with him about his book this year, 6 months ago. Yeah, we did a lot of talking about his book. No, but I know Fabian can cook a little bit. And I asked Alexandria if she can cook because I assumed if you're doing a cooking vertical, so it should be realistic when you are working with a knife or something like that. And she told me that they had an instructor on set, a real chef, who shows them how to cut with the knife exactly how it should be, like this, where you have to. And so she was totally flashed about having especially a chef on the set to get the skills for the role. So did you have a ballet instructor to get?
No, I had no idea what I was doing. But
Huh.
luckily the girl who was playing the antagonist, she grew up doing ballet and dance. So
Okay.
she was really skilled, which was kind of scary because she would tell me what to do because she was like I like know how to do this in a way where you'll look like you know what you're doing. And I was like, amazing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh, ballet isn't easy if you're not really skilled.
Like I'm used to cheerleading, which is like there's dancing, but that's more like sharp movements of like being
Yes,
very clean and tight. Whereas ballet is it was more like loose and like posture and all this stuff.
emotions and feel it.
And it was like she would tell me what to do, and I'd be like, okay, okay. But then it was like scary because she would stand there in the corner, like she wasn't trying to be like intimidating, but she'd like have her arms crossed and be watching me, and I'd be like, oh, like I felt like she was my mom and she was gonna yell at me. Up.
The
It's like,
pressure was high.
yes, I can't disappoint Robin in this. If I disappoint Robin, that's worse than looking like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that sometimes may be happening when you totally no idea, especially when it's a role you don't have any connections before to that theme.
And they
I
didn't tell
think.
me, all they asked me when I got the role was, um, do you know how to dance? And like that being said, I was like, I know how to, like, I can dance. Like, what kind of dancing are you talking
Yeah,
about? Like,
yeah,
I'm not skilled, but like, I can go to the club and I can bust a move
yeah,
out. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay, it was a little bit different. This
and
style
then I
of
show up and
dancing.
they're like, you're a ballerina. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
What? What the hell? No.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you did it.
I did it. No one's brought it up, so I'm just gonna hope that means it was.
It was good. Believable. After or in the end of every episode, I ask a 5 question quickie to my guests. And I will start with the one we were spoke we spoke about the cooking verticals. What's your favorite dish? Can you cook?
I am I'm more of a baker. I can bake well. Cooking is I like being told exactly specific measurements and having to follow instructions
Uh-huh.
to a T, whereas I feel like cooking is more, you can play with it more.
Freestyle.
Yes, that's
Cooking is more freestyle and do experimentals with spices and so on. Yeah. But okay, you don't have to cook it on your own. What's your favorite dish? What kind of meal do you like?
this isn't really a meal, but I am the kind of person where I'll take a jar of peanut butter and I'll just eat the peanut butter out of the jar and be like,
Without jelly, without any bread, only the peanut butter? The
butter.
creamy or the crunchy one?
Both. I don't discriminate.
Yeah, you know, here in Germany, it's not so common. The peanut, you can get peanut butter in the stores, but it's not so, it's totally uncommon to eat it on a bread or something like that. Yeah, I know. Kind of weirdo. And what's your favorite film?
It's called But I'm a Cheerleader, starring Natasha Lyonne and Clea Duvall and RuPaul.
What? Stop, I'm a cheerleader. What?
It's called But I'm a Cheerleader.
Ach, but I'm a cheerleader. Okay.
It's like a campy early 2000s movie.
Is it kind of a musical? No.
No, it's not a
High
musical.
school story?
That's like a comedy.
Ah, like a oh, that's great. Comedy. I like comedies. And what's your favorite song? What kind of music you love to listen and what puts you in a good mood?
My favorite song is Just Like Heaven by The Cure.
The Cure, really?
Yes, I'm obsessed with that song and I became obsessed with it in like middle school or high school. And I remember playing it in the car and my mom was like, "This used to be my favorite song." And I was like, "Oh no, I can't like this song anymore. It's my mom's favorite song."
No, no, that's a really cool song. But I've never thought that it would be the favorite song of yours.
Yes,
Oh, that's a nice one. And what's your okay, of your 17 verticals where you 15 times got pregnant, which vertical is your favorite so far of yours?
it's called Cinderella's Royal Treatment. Secret treatment. Cinderella's Royal Secret.
Yeah.
It's my favorite because one,
Which platform?
it's on Kalos,
Okay.
but I don't need saving. It's kind of like the Princess Diaries. So I get to be like all like ratty and like funny. And then I get to have like my princess makeover, but I still like keep that like, I get to play a comedic role and also don't need any princes saving.
Yeah, that's good. You're a really self-confident and strong princess. This or
Yes.
what? And that's great. And last question, what's the genre you want to see more in verticals?
Either horror or mermaids.
Did you watch the Mermaid one with Kira Wisely and Casey Esser?
No, but I heard about it and I'm really upset because I want to do a mermaid one. I hope, like, I don't know how it did, but I hope it does really well and continues to do well so that they can be like, wow, we should make more mermaid
We
ones. And
should be mermaids. Mermaid. Yeah, why not? Kira was the blonde mermaid. Maybe then they will come to you and said, "Yeah, we need a different type of mermaid now."
I want to go to a fitting and all I do is try on tails.
Why not? Maybe you can't get pregnant as a mermaid so
So
easy.
that sounds impossible to me.
That would fix all your problems. Cailin, thanks for joining me for this podcast. It was really a pleasure having you. And I wish you more vertical rows without any pregnancy.
Thank you.
And yeah, otherwise your look or your body got ruined. Hello? After 22 kids, you should
I
really
know, I'm
stop.
surprised.
You should really stop getting pregnant. I'm really excited what your next verticals will be. Will some of them drop in the next month? Do you have in
Yeah,
pipeline some?
I think one of them, the one I did with Casey, is supposed to release this month, if next, this coming week, if not the
Yeah,
next week.
yeah. So
And
at the
then,
beginning of October.
yeah, I have one. The one with Casey should be coming out next week, and then I have one that I did with Elijah Van. How do I say his last name? Van Zat something. I'm so sorry. Great guy. I can't. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh, I know who you
Yes,
mean. Yeah.
but that one should be coming out at the end of this month, if not the first week of October.
To one where you get pregnant.
Casey, I get pregnant. Elijah, I don't get pregnant.
Just asking.
Something different.
Just asking. So we will see. I will keep watching how many children you got. You get more and more. And thanks very much for joining me here. And I wish you a really lovely day. Thank you, Cailin. Bye. This is a wrap on this episode, and I hope you tune in again.